everybody, welcome back to the Whit-Acre way. Larry here, glad to have you back. Just changing out some cards and some cameras today, changing out some batteries. I think I have 8 or 9 cameras out. I don't remember exactly how many we have out, so we go through quite a few batteries, quite a few cards, but I'll show you a couple pictures that we found on this trail, the new trail we put in. We had probably a 300-pound bear come through here. He was a pretty big boy, and there goes some turkeys over top of us. There was about 15 turkeys, 15 hen turkeys. As soon as I came down with the tractor and Aaron came down with the side-by-side, Garrett was on his quad. I'll see if I can enter that video as well. But again, welcome back and come along for a little bit of a wildlife trip. We're going to give you a little bit of an update on the food plots again, move some tree stands, and so on. They're flying everywhere, huh? Oh, one landed over here.
Where's it at? You see it at all?
No, well, not anymore. I can tell it landed right there because all the leaves came down as soon as it set down in the tree.
Huh.
Alright, so we put another card in this camera. We cleared it off. We had a few bucks on it. Not a lot of bucks, but definitely had plenty of doe on there. I think this year is going to be one of our doe years where we got to kill quite a few off. Unfortunately, it gets like that. We'll come down in this field and there'll be 30 deer in this half-acre field. Maybe this is a quarter-acre. I'm not exactly sure. I never measured it out, but we just have an overabundance of doe. So this year, I think we're gonna have to use all of our tags. The food plot's coming along okay. I mean, you can see some grasses coming up. You can see there's quite a few coming up over here, but on that side, the doe are just tearing it up. They did the same thing last year. We haven't had a frost here yet in western Pennsylvania, which normally that's when they really start eating it. But I think they're just, you know, looking for places to go to eat greens, even though it's not extremely palatable. So this side seems to be a little bit higher, and this was that Domain green machine mix. And just the other side, when we walk over there, you'll see that they've nipped the turnips and the radishes pretty far down. So alright, well, let's hang this camera. I'm going to put it back on the same tree. I'm going to face it out in this direction here. Okay, with the cameras, I try to get it at least a little bit around head level or a little bit higher, just so it's out of view of the deer coming through here. I don't think that makes a huge difference, especially if they're walking, you know, out in the field a little bit farther, but I just like to take that little bit of extra precaution. So that camera's up, ready to go. And we're going to go over towards the tree stand now. I think we're going to hang a scrape. It's like a scrape tube, where it's like a scent dripper, I guess it would be called. We're going to hang one of those as well. Make a small mock scrape too. So this is the Magnum scent dripper I was talking about. I couldn't think of the name at first, but it's by Wildlife Research Center, and we're going to use some of the golden scrape in there. So we'll hang this in a little bit, but yeah, I couldn't get in my mind what I wanted to talk about this exactly, but it actually works on the sun. The sun kind of heats this up and formulates through this tube and drips out onto a scrape that, you know, a mock scrape that you make, or even a scrape that's already been there. So we'll hang this a little bit later, but this is what I wanted to talk about here. So in the side-by-side, I always keep this little collapsible shovel. Never know what you're going to need it for. It's just real quick, it just collapses up. It has like the little pick on the one side. This is what I use to make my scrapes. Sure, you could use sticks or whatever laying around, but this is just a little easier, especially to dig the top of the dirt off a little bit and scrape it up. And the shovel just collapses up, and it comes with a small little holding bag with a Velcro strap that goes around it. It's just nice to keep in the side-by-side.
I can help.
Yeah, you can help this. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this without spilling pee on myself. Hold it steady. You're doing great. Doing great. Don't move. Doing good, Garrett. Just hang out right there. Doing great. Okay. Alright, let it go slow.
Is that the right key?
It's the right key. Thing is, the tree grew
Oh.
and it's super tight on the lock.
What tree were you going to put it on?
This tree right there. So it's back out of the way.
Which tree? The one right back there?
That tree right there.
Right there. Oh, okay.
So I could get this plot here and half of that plot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have some good shots here, some good shots here, but problem is I don't have a whole lot of cover up in here, and of course, closer to deer season, a lot of my leaves are going to be dropping,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to have almost no cover. And with a bow, you got to have a little bit of cover to be able to stand up and shoot. I can shoot from a sitting position, but I can only get like a real good sitting position over here. So, all right, so I'm up in the stand here now. You can see the side-by-side and tractor on the path that I have between the two little plots here. This is the green machine, same with this plot here. But a lot of the trees that I was banking on having some cover behind will all lose their leaves, especially like this tree right here, because there's a path that runs right down through here, down to a creek bottom. And then back here, back that way is our spring, back in that direction. And a lot of the deer come from this way. They'll come from this way. And does, mostly bucks come from that direction. A lot of does will come in from this way here towards us. So I think I'm just going to leave the tree stand here for another year and see what happens. All right, as you know, we're off grid. We really don't have a way to clean up our equipment the best way. I have that small little battery operated power washer, but the battery only lasts so long. So I have another water pump. This is the same pump by FlowJet that we use in our cabin with this 12-volt battery. This battery was charged up, I think 2 weekends ago when we were up here. So what I'm going to do is just hook this up to the battery, and we're going to spray the tractor down, get it somewhat cleaned up. It was in the mud yesterday, so we want to clean it up and keep all the mud off of it, because that mud holds the moisture and then you get rust and so on. So
Just try to break the wall.
So you heard the pump stop running. It kicks off, I think, at 50 psi. So now we should be able to get a little bit of water out of the hose. All right, so we're here. Garrett and I, we're gonna go cut some trees down. We're gonna kind of thin this spot out. It's pretty thick with small trees right through here. And a lot of times a bunch of dough will come bed down right in here. I kind of don't want that anymore. Again, we have so many dough up here right now, and I'm not complaining by any measures. I'm just saying this year has to be the year that we take a few dough out. But I'd also like to be able to see through here a little easier, even with the leaves off the trees. It would be nice to be able to see through here and be able to maybe even shoot through here. So we're gonna get to it. going up. Go a little bit more to the right. You're doing a good job. I got my delivery man taking our saw up to the next spot. A little bit more to the right.
Like this one?
Yep, right in front of that big tree there. Just be careful where the chain is, okay? That's the dangerous part. All right, you can set the saw down right there. We're gonna take that little tree down, and then the tree right beside it that's kind of hanging over the shooting lane. So that tree you're on, that's got to come down, and then this one right here is hanging over.
Just pull this down.
Nah, I don't know. All right, let's get to it. There's a dead tree right down here.
Is that big thick one with no leaves on?
Yeah, it's right there. That tree right there, there's some growth coming out right here. We gotta go get the pull saw and cut that.
Okay.
I'm not ready to cut down that big of a tree today. I don't have the tractor down here. It's starting to rain, so we're just gonna clean it up a little bit and get it out of the way. Here's the tree I'm talking about right here. A bit of growth right up in there that needs to be cut off, just so we can see the food plot a little better. But next year I'm going to take that tree down because it's dead. I just don't have the time this year, and we're only a few weeks away from deer season, so I won't have time to get back up, and I'm running out of time today. So, all right, we'll get to it. There you go. Before you put that other piece on, why don't you reach down there and put the coupler on?
The what on?
The coupler, the black coupler towards the head. Other piece.
Oh.
That just screws up. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There you go. There you go. Now you can put the other piece on. It'll be easier so it doesn't come apart. Good job. There you go. Good job. Run out of battery.
Looks like a bird's nest now.
Yeah.
How did it grow into the dead tree?
Kind of grew off the dead tree as like a sucker. I had to pull that out with a tie down. Unfortunately, that's all I had in the side by side for the moment. But sometimes you just gotta improvise. And we improvised, and now we're gonna cut this up. All right, back up to camp.